Hello students, today we are going to deal with prayer. As Mahatma Gandhi says, prayer is the key of the morning and the bolt of the evening. If you do prayer early in the morning, your entire day will become peaceful and positive. As you are the student of 10th, your age is either 15 or 16. The children having the age 13 to 19 are called as teenagers. Here in this poem, we have a prayer of a teenager. Poet J. Morse is putting something for you in front of God. Here it's a very sensitive age, teenage, and you are doing a prayer to God. Let's see this interesting and beautiful poem. First stanza. Each day brings new beginnings, decisions I must make. I am the only one to choose the road that I will take. In the first stanza, the poet begins by saying that each new day will bring new beginnings, and he or she will have to make decisions as to which road he or she will walk on. The second stanza is I can choose to take the road of life that leads to great success, or travel down the darkened road that leads to great distress. In the second stanza, the poet talks about two roads of life. One road leads to success, and other takes to failure and distress. The third stanza is please open up my eyes, my Lord, that I might clearly see. Help me stand for what is right, bring out the best in me. In the third stanza, the poet prays to God to open his or her eyes so that he or she can clearly see without bias. He or she also prays to God to give him or her courage to do the right thing. He or she also prays to God to bring out the best in him or her. Fourth stanza is help, Lord, to say just no when temptation comes my way, that I might keep my body clean and fit for life each day. As you are a teenager and you have many temptations like chewing tobacco, smoking cigarette, drinking wine, there are dangerous drugs, playing games like PUBG and other, and social media like Facebook and WhatsApp. All these are temptations. These temptations will make disturbance in you, and you may forget your life's goal. You may lose your health. But here, this teenager child is praying to God to say no from temptations and keep his body or her body clean and fit for the rest of life, because if he becomes fit and good in this particular age, he will lead a great life ahead in future. The next stanza is when my teenage years are over, I know that I will see that life is lived its very best with you walking next to me. In this last stanza, the poet gives wisdom by looking into future. He or she says that in future, when his or her teenage will be over, he or she will see that life can only be lived optimally with God walking next to him or her as a guide. When you pray to God, definitely God will shower blessings of him, but you have to try, you have to do serious efforts. Definitely God will listen your prayer. Here the poet means narrator is J. Morse, and telling you this particular message. The central idea or the theme of the poem is this poem helps the teenagers stand for what is right. The poet J. Morse advises them that only they can shape their lives during this age. He wants them to this prayer every day and choose the right road of life. Now students, you have some activities to be done in English workshop. We will not do here. You have to write down all these activities and solve in your notebook. We'll focus on some of the figure of speech. First figure of speech, which is given in question number 4, you can see in column number 1 there are some sentences. In column number B there are names of figure of speech. I'll define figure of speech. You have to match the figure of speech in your notebook. Okay, first one is apostrophe. Apostrophe is a kind of figure of speech which addresses to an absent or unknown object. Like we had a poem, oh God, give me small small moons of life. There in that particular poem, poet was addressing to God, oh God, in this word. So here also you have to find out the sentence. Second is inversion. Inversion is a kind of figure of speech which tells something about um, the sentence structure or sentence order is not in proper way, or sentence structure is in not proper order. Here you have to find out the example. Third one is metaphor. Metaphor is a comparison which is not done directly. The words like, as are used to compare um, uh, situations or things. But here in the metaphor, comparisons are done indirectly. Alliteration is the next figure of speech. Alliteration, where the sounds are repeated twice or many times for poetic effect. Sometimes like B is repeated, CC is repeated in same sentence. So I am sure that you can able to solve this activity by by listening these words. Okay, if you do seriously, if you do study seriously, you definitely will become successful. Don't be victim of temptations, be the good and ideal teenager is the message. And if you do all these things, the road ahead is the road of success. You'll become successful citizen of the world. Thank you very much.